swallow my pride, I would choke on the rhymes, but the lack thereof will leave me empty inside. I would swallow my doubt, turn it inside out, find nothing but faith in nothing. I wanna put my tender heart in a blender, watch it spin around to a beautiful oblivion. Can't get this shit off my mind, I just wanna be alright. So just tell me nothing's wrong, then get undressed and spend the night. Can't get this shit off my mind, I just wanna be alright. So just tell me nothing's wrong. Promise that forever we will never get better at growing up and learning to lie. Promise that forever we will never get better at growing up and learning to lie. Promise that forever we will never get better at growing up and learning to lie. Promise that forever we will never get better at growing up and learning to lie. Promise it.
Hey, what's up people, it's T from the Rock Review Room, and this is the special segment portion of my Rock Review Room channel. This is portion 1 of 5 of my all-time favorite bands. This is none other than one of my favorite all-time alternative rock bands, Eve 6. Great band. I don't even know where to begin. The lyrics are meaningful, fun, serious. At least in the later albums they were more serious than ever. Anyway, great group, guys. A great alternative rock band from Southern Cal, formed in 1995. Max Collins, John Siebold, and Tony Vagenson. Was signed to RCA Records after being previously known as 11 Teen, and released an independent release, which I don't have. Only heard a few samples off of one. Something I couldn't get a hold of yet. Maybe hope one day I will. But signed to RCA Records after that. The name was later changed to Eve 6 from a sci-fi thing from Tony Vegas and said it's a neat story. Signed to RCA Records in 1997, and then on, I believe it was April 28th, 1998, debut album, my major label debut album, Eve 6, as you've seen in the clip, and you've heard songs off from it right there. Alright, a little quick glimpse of what's in the inside. Like I said, it's a great album, debut album. Featured Inside Out. Inside Out quickly went platinum. It was a mainstream rock favorite. It was really good. You got Leech, another single off the album. MTV MTV had a video airplay of those. Open Road song, another one. Tongue Tied, another video with garnered MTV popularity really quick. They were rising up then. They were a heat seeker group after this album was released, and Tongue Tied was good. Leech, all the singles. Open Road song was a single. Showerhead was a single. But it was Inside Out that got the most. It went platinum very quickly as a single alone. It went platinum that fast. It was a really good song, and it boosted them into popularity. But yeah, major label debut album. My official review, 5 out of 5 stars. Naturally, they're gonna have high reviews. This is a special segment with my all-time 5 greatest bands. So, 5 out of 5 for the debut album. It's really awesome. There's the back of it. Show you guys real quick. There you go. Anyway, a few years after that, July 25th, they released Horoscope. Second studio album, lead off single Promise, another favorite on the mainstream track. It reached number 3. Actually, according to my notes, yeah, it reached number 3 on the modern rock charts in 2000. And then came 2001, with Here's to the Night. And Here's to the Night, let me tell you, was, and still is, I mean, you figure this album was in 2000. Here it is, 2011, going on 2012. 11, 12 years later, however you want to put it. Still a favorite graduation song. You know, it's very popular. Which I read that the song wasn't even intended for a celebration or coming to an end of an era. The song was actually written about a one-night stand from Max Collins, so it was people took, I guess you can take songs any way you put them, but that was what it was originally intended for, and then the audience thought, well, high school graduation, things like that, is coming to an end of an era type song. It can be used for it, but that's not what it was written for. It was written about a one-night stand anyway. Here's a quick glimpse of the inside. Blue Lips, Blue Disc, you know, pretty plain actually. On the back's the band, Max, Tony, and John. And they also, I mean, it was, Here's to the Night reached 30 on the Hot 100 in 2001, so, I mean, they're the only, Sunset, I On the Roof Again, or Sunset Strip Bitch, I believe, was going to be released single, but didn't. I mean, why need it when you had Here's to the Night at that time, and then it garnered a hell of a lot of success, you know, for the band, so. Anyway, jump 3 years later, July 22nd, 2003, Eve 6 releases their third and experimental album, It's All in Your Head. And lead off single, Think Twice, is a radio favorite. Again, a great alternative rock song. I would say it showed a different side of Eve 6. I mean, like I said, and it is labeled an experimental album, which explained the lackluster sales. I believe only 190,000 units were moved, and subsequently, shortly after the release, Eve 6 was dropped from the RCA label because it had lackluster sales. I mean, it's completely different from any work they had before. But Think Twice was a really good song. At Least We're Dreamin' was the second single, and that really showed a darker side of Eve 6. Like I said in the beginning of the video, there was a fun, serious, and meaningful lyrics. So this is getting to the serious. I mean, this album, suicidal, darker, you know, relationships ending, you know, things like that, cutting wrists, kind of thing. But it's still a great album, and any true Eve 6 fan would agree. So because it's something different, it's something that they didn't touch on their first two. They wanted to show what they could do. I appreciated that. That's what I like in groups. I really love this album. It's an excellent album. It is still very popular among Eve 6 fans, even though they were released from their label. But it was very good. And shortly thereafter, in 2004, they disbanded. They played their final show on the Gateway Arc in St. Louis. And everybody thought that it was going to be the end of them. They thought that this album right here was the one that was going to do them in. So, well, come 2006, Max and Tony get back together. They do a thing called the Sugi Tag, which is a short-lived MySpace project. They did some touring, recorded a few songs. Mr. Bones was an excellent song, different from the Eve 6, but it was a good song. And then 2007, they unite with a new guitarist, Matt Baer. They go back to the Eve 6 thing, travel all over, colleges, fairs, you know, all around. Playing their old-time hits, fan favorites, you know, getting the old Eve 6 vibe back, you know, because it was years later then, too, so, and it was really a really stressful time because they wanted to get new music out or whatever, but the thing is, after the 2007, with the new lineup, with the new guitarist, actually, Matt Baer, they decided that it was time to get new music out to the fans. So what happened is they reunited with John Siebels in March 2011, which was a huge announcement, huge. They announced their signing to Fearless Records on May 3rd of 2011. Entered the studio in June of 2011. And as of September 30th, 2011, I noticed that they have finished the mixing of the album. They have a new website up. They're signed to Fearless Records. They got a new album coming out in 2012. When, I don't know. It's going to be really great. But, you know, Eve 6 is awesome. I will never underestimate what they can do, because I've heard a clip. Check out their website right now. There's a new Eve log up about the final touches of the mixing of the new album, and it's just, when you hear the clip in the background, it's an awesome song. You could just hear, I mean, it's got that old, you know, from the first album vibe. It's got a little bit of the second album vibe. I don't know about the third one yet, because that, you know, it just depends. So that's what, you know, that's what is what we're hoping to expect. We're hoping to expect the old Eve 6. If it's got the new mix into it, that's good too, because like I said, this was a really good album, not to be underestimated. But anyway, as I said earlier, the first album, 5 out of 5 star review. Okay, Horoscope, 5 out of 5 star review. Excellent album. And the third one, 4 out of 5. And I do the 4 out of 5 because there is one or two songs, Hey Montana and Hocus, is a little bit, I don't know, a little bit different. So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5, but still a great album. Any 86 fan would agree. So that's basically all on my special segment 1 of 5, Eve 6. I will be doing another special segment sometime down the road. Until then, there'll be more album reviews in between, of some mainstream, some non-mainstream. You know how it goes here in the Rock Review Room. So once again, this is one of my all-time favorite bands, Eve 6. All 3 albums are right here. Great band. New album coming out in 2012. Be sure to check them out, people. This is Big T from the Rock Review Room. Keep your horns up. Keep it cranked. Peace out, people.
I'll take as I hit 80 on the open road. This is an open road song.